guys! Happy Monday! Before we get started, we have a couple people you may recognize who want to say a quick hello.
Hi everybody, it's Jennifer
Hi, it's Joan.
and we're at church and we are getting ready to prepare some special packages, and we just wanted to show you the beautiful garden today and say hello. We miss you.
We miss you guys. And look at the beautiful flowers. There's red tulips and the daffodils are still blooming. And you gardeners at Sonflower have done a wonderful job with our beautiful garden.
Hey guys, have a great day and a wonderful Easter weekend, and we hope to see you soon. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, thanks, Joan and Jennifer. It was so good to see you guys. We are going to get started with our devotion for today. We are going to be talking about David and Goliath. This might be a story that you've heard many times, or it might be a story that's completely new to you. But here is kind of the rundown from last devotion to today's devotion. Last devotion, we were talking about Samson, and he was one of the judges over Israel. So the judges, if you remember, were the people that were supposed to be good examples of following God. Sometimes they were not the best examples of following God, like Samson, but that was the whole idea around judges. But when we arrive at this story of David and Goliath, we are a long time after Samson. Israel has gone from having judges to having kings. So we're going to meet David today and learn a little bit more about his walk with the Lord as he becomes king over Israel. But today we're going to learn about him and Goliath. But first, over to Emma for our main idea, theme, and verses.
Thanks, Sammy. Okay, so our theme is the stories that built us, and our main idea is David and Goliath. So that's who we're talking about today. Our verse is from 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 8. Goliath stood and shouted a taunt across the Israelites. "Why are you all coming out to fight?" he called. "I am the Philistine champion, but you are only the servants of Saul. Choose one man to come down here and fight me." That is our verse.
Yes, so Emma set the scene perfectly. We have this giant named Goliath. He's a Philistine champion. He's really good at fighting, apparently. And we have all these Israelites who are trying to fight Goliath, and no one can beat him. So David has all these brothers, and they go down to try to fight Goliath. And when David goes down to meet his brothers, I think he was just bringing them something. I don't even think he was going down to fight. He heard Goliath shout this chant or taunt that Emma just read. And David said, "Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to fight Goliath." But he only had this little stone in his bag. But he said, "I'm going to use this stone and I'm going to fight him." And he wins. So all of these odds were against David. But with this little stone, he won the fight against Goliath. And this kind of is the beginning of his story as we read it in the Bible. As he becomes king, the Bible calls him a man after God's own heart. So he's this great king, and he teaches us so much about what it means to relate to the Lord and trust the Lord. So this is the beginning of that whole story. So as we go kind of into our question for today, we're learning about the fact that, like we said, the odds were way against David. But because if God is for us, no one can be against us, he won. Because God had this whole plan for his life that needed to start right here, then he won. So what we want you to think about today is, what is something you would do for God if you knew that there was no way that you could fail? First, this does not mean that we never fail. I think that there are some times that the Lord says they need to win this because this is something that is crucial to the next step. But in each thing that God calls us to do, he teaches us something specific in that experience. So this does not mean that you will never fail. But if you could never fail, what is something that you would do for God? Something crazy. So pause the video. Think about something that you do for God if you knew that there was no way you could fail. All right, thanks for thinking about that question with us. Moving to our prayer with David, we've been talking about how God has this huge plan for his life. He has many good things planned for David, many things to teach him, all of that good stuff. So, God has a huge plan for David, but God also has a huge plan for each of us. He has a plan for each of your lives, big things that you're going to do for him. So, today, we want you to just spend some time talking to God, asking God to be getting you ready for his plan for your life. You might not know what it is. That's okay, because God knows what it is, and we can trust that he will lead us through each step. So, pause the video, ask God to be getting you ready for his plan for your life. All right. Thanks for taking some time to talk to God about that. That is our devotion for the day. So, heading on over to Emma for our invitation.
Yes, so today is Plant Appreciation Day, and we have more photos to share with you of the tulips that you all planted in the garden. So we would like to invite you guys to take a look at those photos and appreciate the fruits of your hard work. We will see you tomorrow on Tuesday. Bye, guys.
Bye.